Cole Kmet did a great job for the Chicago Bears against the Jacksonville Jaguars, filling in as the emergency long snapper when Scott Daly went down with a knee injury. And it sounds like Daly's going to be out for a while because Ryan Poles went out and signed a two-time Pro Bowl long snapper in Jake McQuatty to the roster Tuesday night. Even though Cole Kmet did a great job, we can't have him out there long snapping and catching 2 touchdowns every single game. So Poles had to make a move. Not only that, another move that Poles made was that he brought back a former defensive tackle to the practice squad and will be a nice piece of the roster moving forward. Things are starting to heat up for the Chicago Bears, and I'm here to break it all down. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Now, before we begin today's show, hit the like button on this video to help welcome Jake McQuatty to the Chicago Bears, along with commenting in the comment sections a move you want to see before the trade deadline. You have Myles Garrett and Max Crosby as some big topics, but anyone else you may want to see. And if you haven't already, and if you're a big Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all Chicago Bears news and notifications, and help us hit 19,000 subscribers before the next game. So let's jump into it. The Bears made a move signing former two-time Pro Bowl long snapper Jake McQuatty. He comes to the Chicago Bears after Scott Daly went down with a knee injury, and now McQuatty is the third long snapper of the season as Patrick Scales is still out with a back injury. A solid signing, in my personal opinion, by Ryan Poles, as he clearly has success in the NFL over the last 13 seasons and fills in a very important need for the Chicago Bears. Standing at 6'2", 247 pounds, really big long snapper, by the way. He is a plug-and-play type guy. Spending most of his career with the LA Rams, where he was a two-time Pro Bowler. He also played for the Dallas Cowboys for a few years and 9 games last year with NFC North rival, the Detroit Lions. He attended Ohio State University and entered the league back in 2011. So he's 36 years old, big guy, probably didn't want to do much more in the NFL, but he got a call for $30,000 a week to be a long snapper. Absolutely going to do that. And he's a solid blocker as well. That's why he was a Pro Bowler. So he can clearly block. He can snap the ball well. He's everything that you need in a long snapper in today's game. But he's a big long snapper as a whole. The Bears don't need to use Cole Kmet now in the emergency situation, which he can be called upon again, no doubt about that. But now the Bears can just focus on him catching touchdowns, and Jake can handle the long snapping. But also, this guy looks perfect for the Chicago Bears. Look at that orange beard. It looks awesome. It will be great for the uniforms. Will match very well. So happy Ryan Poles went out and addressed a key area of need quickly with a top 10 type guy. Another move that Ryan Poles made on Tuesday night was signing former defensive tackle Dramir Croma back to the practice squad. He was a part of the Chicago Bears this past preseason and camp as an undrafted rookie free agent, where he played pretty well. In his college career, I mean, hey, if he can bring his college career to the NFL somehow and he gets his moment, he can absolutely be a menace in this league. Playing for Rutgers and James Madison during his college days, dude was someone that you didn't want to mess with on the field. At 6'4", 275 pounds, he had some impressive stats back in college. He was a defensive tackle and an edge when needed. And back in 2023 for James Madison, he had 59 total tackles, a tackling machine, 30 of them being solo, along with 20 tackles for loss. Oh my, this guy can absolutely get in the backfield and cause havoc. And 10 sacks. 1 forced fumble as well. He's fast off the snap, uses his big frame to get around interior offensive linemen and tackles depending on where he is on the trenches. But he was a nice preseason type guy for the Chicago Bears this past year. He had a sack. He had a couple nice plays for the Bears. Just didn't have enough in him to make the 53-man, which just was a tough roster to make. But he's back on the practice squad. He knows this defense, and if called upon, he can be a quick addition. He actually went to the Patriots for a few games, and then the Bears re-picked him up back to their practice squad. So Poles clearly saw something in him, and that's why he's coming back to this team. In this move, though, the Bears released fan favorite Travis Bell from the practice squad, so wishing him the best of luck, but I feel like he'll be a rotation guy and find his way back onto the roster. It seems like once you're a practice squad during the season, you always find your way back. You might hop to another one for a few weeks, but think about it. Just so you guys know, these guys are just fine. They're making $15,000 to $20,000 a week to be on the practice squad, so they're doing just fine. I like Bell, though. Good locker room guy. A lot of people like him. Guys were excited to have him back, but wishing him the best of luck and happy to have Jameer back. And before we get more into today's show, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Lucy. Lucy, one of the newest nicotine pouches on the market, is changing the game. 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free, and comes in a variety of different flavors for all your taste bud needs. Along with a variety of different levels of nicotine, they have something for everyone. This stuff is great, guys. Personally, I am a big fan of the espresso flavor at the moment because it's espresso martini season, baby. And why not have a little bit of that flavor without having a drink and still getting that great buzz? And to spread the love, I'm working with Lucy to get you guys a deal in time for espresso martini season. Go to the link in the description now and use code JAYCHI when you put together your cart of whatever you choose from Lucy to get 20% off your first order. Lucy also offers free shipping and has a 30-day return refund policy if you change your mind. So try it out, give it a whirl, and if you don't like it, send it back. Lucy has your back. Supporting the sponsor is supporting the channel. Please go to the link in the description now and try Lucy today. And finally, to cap off today's episode, guess what? Kyler Gordon has some pretty high vibes at the moment. The Bears' third-year defensive back, the first pick ever by Ryan Poles, who's been having a nice season and was having a great game against the Jacksonville Jaguars with 7 tackles, 2 being for loss and a pass deflection, did suffer a hamstring injury in the second half against the Jaguars in London. It was the same hamstring that's been bothering him during the preseason and during camp, so it was tough to see. But on Twitter, he's been very positive, and this time off could not have come at a better time for this Bears secondary. Gordon seems like he's on the up and up and will be back in time for Bears versus Commanders, which was flexed, by the way, if you didn't know that. Big news for the Bears as well. But with Tyreek Stevenson, Jaquan Brisker, and Kyler Gordon all banged up at the moment, Bears are letting these guys rest up and get them back in time for a crucial game against the Commanders, because if the Bears win that game, they'll go 5-2, and hopefully those conversations about Caleb Williams being worse than Jaden Daniels will be put to bed. I'm excited for that matchup, and you guys should be too, and we're going to be live streaming it because we're 4-0 during live streams and hope to see you guys there. But as always, guys, bear down, baby, and put an FGB in the comment section below, because why not? I want to see the Packers lose this upcoming week, and I'm sure you guys do too. They got a tough matchup in the Houston Texans, who we barely lost to on the road. Packers are going to have their work cut out for them, so exciting game to watch there. I'll be eyes peeled on it. But as always, guys, like this video if you haven't already to help welcome Jake to the Chicago Bears. Comment the move that you want to see the Chicago Bears make potentially at the trade deadline, and subscribe to the channel if you're a Bears fan and want to stay up to all Chicago Bears news and notifications. But with that, thank you as always for tuning in to this episode of Just Another Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rhodey, and as always, bear down, baby.